Today on Gen Y, we're up here at the peak of Vancouver at beautiful Grouse Mountain. Join us as we discover the joys of wintertime right here in the Lower Mainland. On today's show, the sights and fresh powder of Grouse Mountain. Yeah, there we go. Also, it's time for the West Coast to fiddle to a catchy beat. And youth across the Lower Mainland get the opportunity to dive into the world of journalism.
I was nervous about messing up and I kind of tripped a little bit, but I think that's natural.
See all this and more right now on Gen Y. Hello and welcome to Gen Y, a show by teens for teens. We've just arrived here at Grouse Mountain, the peak of Vancouver, where we'll catch up with Public Relations Manager Sarah Lusk to see what Grouse has to offer this winter. But first, to kick off our show, we head to downtown Vancouver at the CBC Studios, where teens are getting a unique hands-on opportunity to become a reporter. Ever wanted to be a journalist? The CBC is giving students from grades 10 to 12 an opportunity to dive into the world of news.
So Newsday in BC is a program from the CBC and the Vancouver Sun that gives local high school students the opportunity to take over the news agenda for one day and tell the stories that are most important to them in their own voices. Students always come up with amazing stories. There's been stories about plastic surgery in teens, about addiction to video games. I mean, it runs the gamut. And what we find is that we're always surprised by the stories, and even stories that we've heard before, students always come up with a different way of telling them, a unique angle, and that's what we look forward to every year.
With close to 300 applicants from across the Lower Mainland, there was a wide range of diverse stories from all walks of life.
I'm picturing how gay rights have changed in Canada throughout the country in the last decade or so.
I'm talking about the extent of re-editing and retouching in magazine images and how it really impacts the self-esteem in teenagers.
Finally, it was showtime for students as they put on a brave face for CBC producers.
I am really excited about this opportunity to become a student reporter because I'm really interested in journalism as a career. The senior events that I've been looking forward to since grade 8, a lot of them have been cut.
How did your parents or guardians react to your decision to enlist?
Most students felt confident with their performance, despite a few hiccups here and there.
The audition had a few faults, but I hope my passion really showed through, and I really want to do this, and I hope they saw it there, and I think they did.
I think I did great, and that's what matters. I mean, just believe in yourself.
I was nervous about messing up and I kind of tripped a little bit, but I think that's natural, and I hope I won't get too many points docked for it. I think the rest of it went pretty well.
Be sure to catch CBC Newsday on March 29th on CBC Television, CBC Radio 1, and the Vancouver Sun. I'm Miguel, signing out for Gen Y in Vancouver. Being a part of the CBC Newsday team last year, I know just how nervous and excited this year's Final 30 must be. Transitioning now from the small screen to the big screen, we're here at Grouse Mountain's Theatre in the Sky, where you can catch the sights and sounds of BC right here on the big screen. You can catch them before or after you hit the slopes, and I'm about to do that in a couple minutes, but first we're going to meet a talented young musician from South Surrey.
Today, we are in South Surrey, enjoying some high-energy fiddly music of 14-year-old Raymond.
Well, I started playing classical music when I was about 4, and at 5 I was introduced to fiddle music, and I loved it because it's really happy music and it's fun to play and it's just really at ease when you play it, so I really loved it.
Kira shared that one of her favorite things about performing is how the audience gives off a powerful positive energy.
I love performing. I love big crowds. They give you just energy. You really do feed off a crowd. I just get really into playing, and it's a lot of fun just seeing the reaction of the crowd and just doing whatever I want, just being free and playing out. And this is my blue fiddle.
Wow, why would you choose a colored fiddle?
Well, I'd seen them when I was younger. Different people had blue and red and green violins, and I wanted one for my own because I love performing and I thought it'd be pretty fun to show that to people. So I was at a camp one year and one student was selling their violin, so I grabbed it.
Kira has taken her songwriting into the 21st century. Is this how you wrote your music book, just on your laptop?
Yeah, when I write my music, I write it on my fiddle, and when I've completed it, then I go to the computer and start writing it out on here on a program I have.
You're the first teenage fiddler player I've met. Are there many more?
Well, it doesn't seem like fiddle music is that popular, mostly on the East Coast it is, but there's actually a lot of fiddle ensembles of teenagers in BC, all over BC.
It doesn't look that hard, so we decided to give it a try.
And this is called the chin rest, so you sort of put your chin in there, not your cheek. So put the bow up, this is the bow. These fingers four on top, and this finger goes in this little hole here. So your thumb in the hole, and then these four rest on top. So try playing an open A, it's the second string in. People often start to play an instrument, but they quit pretty soon because it takes a lot of practice and dedication. But if you love an instrument enough, then you'll stick with it and practice lots, and it'll pay off in the end like it has for me. To play an open string, you lift all your fingers off of it. Just let your hand rest underneath it. So now try again without any fingers on it. There you go.
Hey, did you know that this is the first book of original BC fiddle tunes?
That's awesome. For more information, you can go to Kira's website.
This is Abby.
This is Magnus.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that the violin and the fiddle are actually the same instrument? The difference is more in how you play them, and I'm sure Kira could play both equally well. Today, we're up here at Grouse Mountain, and we're here with Public Relations Manager Sarah Lusk. And Sarah, why is Grouse the mountain to ski or snowboard on this winter?
Grouse is the best mountain to ski and snowboard on this winter because we offer such a variety of lessons that cater to everybody. You know, if you're a total novice, you can come here. Most people in Vancouver have learned to ski here on Grouse Mountain. And for those that are a bit more advanced and experienced, we have 3 terrain parks for those that want to hit the rails, boxes, and jumps. We offer a variety of skiing and snowboarding programs here. We have zone camps, which take place on 4 and 3 days throughout February and March. We offer drop-in lessons, private lessons, group lessons, ski-wee, you name it. Pretty much we can cater to any sort of lesson that people are looking for. One of the most popular activities we have at Grouse, besides skiing and riding, is snowshoeing. And the snowshoe grind is a great workout, 5.1 kilometers. So if you can walk, you can snowshoe. We also offer ice skating here in a mountaintop ice skating rink. So we have rentals available. People can come check that out. Grouse Mountain is super popular for teenagers, especially after school. We see a load of teenagers hitting us up around 4 o'clock and staying till 10 p.m. It's easy to get here for teenagers, especially if you don't have transport. We've got buses running up from Lonsdale, and you can connect from downtown as well.
Thanks for that great info, Sarah. I'm here in Grouse Mountain's rental shop, getting ready to be fitted with my snowboarding equipment as I try it for the first time. See all that and more right after the break, right here on Gen Y. Also after the break, the Arts Umbrella branches out into the suburbs. And imagine attending one of the top universities in the world, all expenses paid. Gen Y will be right back.
To eat, use your head. Let's go. Choose a variety of foods every day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why it's good to think about what you're watching on TV and ask questions, kind of like you just did. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
Welcome back to Gen Y. Today we're here at Grouse Mountain, and though I've skied before, I'm getting ready to snowboard for the first time. And I'm joined by Stephen Fawcett, who's the lead snow school instructor here at Grouse Mountain, and he's here to give me the 411 on snowboarding. Stephen, what would you say the differences are between snowboarding and skiing?
The difference between snowboarding and skiing is predominantly being strapped to the snowboard, both feet. Skiing, you have independent feet, and for me, the boots are very different. Hard boots for skiing, soft boots for snowboarding. When I've taught snowboarders, it's helped that they already can ski, they pick it up very quickly, kind of already edge aware and know how your edges work. Where our heel is called the heel edge, and where our toe is called the toe edge. In snowboarding, we just have 2 edges to worry about. Skiers have 4, so that's one good benefit of snowboarding. Snowboarding lessons during the week, we offer drop-in classes at 12 o'clock where you're more than welcome to turn up and go and see our guys at guest services, and we can book you in on lessons then. They're all 2-hour lessons, ranging from a level 1 to a level 6, a level 1 being a true beginner, level 6 being an expert. For the level 1 and for the beginner stuff, we learn how to move around with one foot in.
Okay.
So it's basically, let's just get used to the board, slide it backwards and forwards and feel how slidey it is. We can tilt it up on its heel edge and draw a line in the snow. Onto the toe edge, and we can draw a line in the snow. Cool. Try and put a little bit of weight on that front foot and also have that front knee bent a little bit. And we're just going to push, nice little small steps, and now we can just head off in that direction, keeping that head up, keep looking where you're going. That's good. The next step is something called gliding. So we're going to take that skate that we've just done and we're going to pop our foot up against the binding. So then we're going to glide to a halt. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of speed. Looking in the direction you travel, and then I'll put my foot on the board, into the stance. Try and keep your weight forwards a little bit until you come to a stop. That's it. Keep looking in this direction. Look at me. That's good. Awesome. Let's strap 2 feet in now. Now, into your basic stance, I want you to try and rock back on your heel edge and lift your toes up. And then what about on the toe edge? So the next task we're going to do is what we call a heel side slip. So it's imperative that the toe edge stays out of the snow. And it's going to slide down the hill like this.
I think it's going to be a little harder than it looks.
Okay. So bend them knees a bit more, pressuring the heels and lifting the toes up in the air. The more you lift the toes, that's it. Good, there you go, good. Keep that head up.
Alright, looking up.
Woo! That was good, well done. Snowboarding is just such a fun activity. Being outside, being in the fresh air, and doing lots of exercise. It's just a lot of fun. Good stance. That's it. That's it. And fall over if you need to stop.
It's okay.
Thanks, Stephen, for that great introductory lesson. I'll get to put my skills to the test coming up a little later. But first, Helen and Lindsey visit the new Arts Umbrella location in South Surrey.
Inspiring kids for life through the arts. That is the motto of the nonprofit organization Arts Umbrella, and today we're going to find out just how they do that.
For today in our visual arts class, we're going to be creating a still life, and we're going to be using chalk pastels. My students are going to get to experiment with lots of different types of art, different styles of art, and for me it's more about the process. So I'm really cool with experimentation and with making mistakes and with learning to embrace those mistakes.
Arts Umbrella is a non-for-profit arts education center for children from 2 to 19. So we offer programming in a variety of disciplines, including music, theater, visual arts, digital and media arts for students across from 2 to 19 years old.
Art is everywhere, and besides being a great tool for learning, there are many reasons why art is important.
Art is important because it helps children and adults find other ways of expressing themselves outside of what we're used to through written word or strictly spoken word. It also encourages creativity, which translates across into all of the disciplines outside of the arts.
Over the years, there has been a decrease in funding to support the fine arts in the public school system, and that is a concern.
Like that.
Arts Umbrella is vital as a place for students who are not only interested in the arts, but just in trying something new and different. Along with our tuition-based program that we offer here at Morgan Crossing, we offer outreach programs through Central Surrey as well. That allows a really wide variety of people to access art and arts education, not necessarily those that can afford it. Arts Umbrella Surrey is a brand new initiative. Arts Umbrella has been based on Granville Island for 30 years, and 3 years ago our board decided that it was time to expand, and we moved into Surrey because this is where the kids are. We knew that programming like what we offer was hard to find here, and we knew that we were offering something unique. So we broke ground just before Christmas and opened on January 11th with our first round of classes, and our second center, which will be opening April 1st, is in Central Surrey, so we're really excited about being here.
We wanted to get in touch with our artistic side, so we got our hands dirty during today's lesson on charcoal still life.
And this is something that you can't do at home really, because I don't think your parents would want you getting this messy, right? So it's really fun here, we get to do all these messy things. I do think that art is for everybody. There are a lot of different styles of art, so if you're really into abstraction or if you're really into math, you can incorporate that too.
So why did you join this art class? Because I really love art. Like I've been drawing since I was like 2.
And was it hard to do the shading with light and dark?
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with that, but I think it's gonna look really cool when it's done, so.
Well, it looks really good. You have really good contrast. I like it a lot. I kind of like mine. I think it turned out okay.
Yeah, maybe if I get a little practice, mine will be better.
If you want some hands-on experience
and you want to get in touch with your creative side, check out the Arts Umbrella website for classes in Surrey and Vancouver.
This is Lindsay.
And I'm Helen,
signing out for Gen Y.
It's great to see that the Arts Umbrella has provided a facility in South Surrey for teens to unleash their creativity. We got a whole lot more coming up on Gen Y, but next, I'm going to try snowboarding. For the first time. What would you do with $200,000?
He is so smart, it's insane.
A local teen is putting it to good use.
I've always wanted to go to Europe for university or otherwise.
Keep it locked right here on Gen Y.
Oh, there she is. She is such a loser.
I know.
What a geek. Get lost.
Words hurt. Don't be a part of it.
You can choose.
You can choose to be alone. You can choose to be a friend.
Choose to be a friend.
You can choose. Choose. You can choose.
Choose from 70 Shades of Blue.
70 Shades. You can choose to ignore you. You. Choose. You can choose to run wild.
You can choose not to watch.
You can choose to keep a secret.
To be shy.
You can choose to believe.
The dogs understand us.
You can choose to be bored.
You can choose to dream.
I.
You choose.
You can choose. Because you can.
Me? I'm just a TV. I mean, I'm not even human. You've got the remote control. You can change channels if you don't like what you're watching. You can flick me on and off, and on and off, and whoa, I'm getting dizzy. You see, you're smarter than me. You get to choose from all kinds of neat stuff. Funny shows, nature shows, shows about people all over the world. Ouch! In real life, that would hurt. You get to learn how to make stuff, how to draw stuff. Me, I don't get to do any of this stuff. I'm just the TV that plays it for you. Yep, I sure wish I was as smart as you. Hey, did somebody get that cat off my head? Look at it this way. You can talk to your best friends, your mom or dad, about all the stuff you see on TV. And besides, you have choices. You've got books and sports, and you can go outside and play. Where is outside anyway? I'm just the TV. You're the smart one. Well, so long. See you next time.
You're watching Gen Y. Today we're here at beautiful Grouse Mountain, where I'll be learning to snowboard for the first time a little later on in the show. Hopefully I'll be good enough to test out this terrain, just like they did. Speaking of learning, a Semiahmoo student is heading to Cambridge this fall on a full ride scholarship. Lindsey and Helen check in with him.
Students in grade 12 are starting to think about putting money aside for university, but imagine knowing you have $200,000 for an education at Cambridge University. That is exactly what is happening for this Semiahmoo Secondary student.
Well, Tristan's really a special kid. He is so smart, it's insane. His transcript is just like 98% average. It's just amazing.
Tristan is a part of a 2-year enriched and accelerated program of learning.
So what drew you to the IB program?
Well, I had a friend that did the IB program a couple of years ago actually, and they had amazing things to say about it. They said that the teachers are really top-notch and that they really care about the students and they're really passionate about the fields that they teach. And now that I'm in IB, I really see that it's true. I think all my teachers, they're some of the best teachers I've ever had.
The IB program is an enriched and condensed program of studies that's offered at Semiahmoo Secondary for gifted and talented students in the district of Surrey. We have kids come from all over the district and actually all over the world. And it's a rigorous program that is offered out of Geneva, Switzerland, so it's an international credential. Our kids can go anywhere in the world with this diploma, and they do. Our kids can actually even skip first-year university at top universities throughout the world. Places like McGill put them right to second year.
And when did you decide where you wanted to go to school and why Cambridge?
Well, I don't think there was ever a set date when I knew exactly where I wanted to go to school after high school. But Cambridge, well, first of all, it's one of the leading universities of the world, great engineering program. And also sort of looking for an international experience. I've always wanted to go to Europe for a university or otherwise, so it fit really well, I think.
As the second oldest university in the UK, Cambridge's alumni includes the likes of Charles Darwin, Sir Isaac Newton, and Francis Bacon. The interview process for the scholarship was intense, especially with a serious case of pink eye.
In the month before my interview, I developed quite the case of viral conjunctivitis, also known as pink eye, and so I ended up missing about 2 weeks of school, and missing 2 weeks of IB12 can be quite difficult to catch up on. Also, with this looming interview, work really started to pile up.
Who is this program for?
Well, it's really geared towards students that are bored in regular classes, that need something extra to keep them excited and passionate about their learning. We have an entrance criteria, which is an 86% average, and also there's a resume required that shows a balance of athletics, fine arts, leadership, community service, and extracurricular academics.
Tristan's desire to pursue an education in engineering is fueled by his desire to make a difference in the world.
In terms of why I'd like to do engineering, well, I sort of see it as it's a way to provide help in the world where it's most needed. You know, similar to how, say, Doctors Without Borders go to less developed countries to, you know, go help administer vaccinations and such. Engineers can do the same thing, simply building a well in like an African village that changes the world for them. It saves lives. Things like this. This is what really inspires me to be an engineer. And looking at the work of Engineers Without Borders, it's something that I'd love to be involved with.
If you think you have what it takes to be in the IB program,
then check out the website below.
This is Helen.
And this is Lindsay.
Signing out for Gen Y.
Wow, awesome story. Congrats, Tristan, and we wish you all the best with your future endeavors at Cambridge this summer. I'm here today at Grouse Mountain, and after learning the basics of snowboarding, I'm ready to learn some turns and test out the slopes.
Okay, so for the last skill of the day, we're going to attempt to make a turn, or what we call an edge change. So I'm going to teach you how to do a toe to heel turn. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to be on the toe edge like this. The board is then going to go down the hill like this, flat, and then it's going to come around onto its heel edge. So we're making an edge change.
Okay.
So we've got to combine all the movements we've learnt, the vertical movement, the longitudinal movement, and the important thing about looking where we're going. I am now going to lean forwards a little bit like your pendulum, looking over my shoulder.
Oh.
And around onto the heel edge.
Wow.
Okay.
This will be the true test right here. So kind of start toes facing down, turn, and then lift toes up.
That's it, yeah. So looking over your shoulder, remember, around you go, and then toes up. There you go. Woo. Cool. So that was your first edge change. Well done. Good work.
Awesome.
Looking over your shoulder. Heel edge. Oh, remember them toes, nearly.
Hit a deep patch.
Let the board go flat for a couple of seconds around onto the heel edge. Toes up. Yeah, oh, nice.
Oh, there we go. Finally on my own. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's a wrap for us here at Grouse Mountain. No trip here would be complete without a visit to the chalet to warm up by the fire. We want to hear from you. If you have any suggestions for our show, email us at genY@shaw.ca or check out our YouTube page for past shows. I'm Miguel, signing out for Gen Y in North Vancouver. Thanks for watching.
Gen Y is brought to you by Options Community Services.